I always hope in the beautiful weather that you're able to take a moment to get outside. And I find that as I get older, I feel that urgency even stronger as we start to realize just how short and fleeting this warm weather period of time is, and how long our darker winter months are. So, not to add any extra pressure or obligation to anyone's plate, but even if it's just to step outside or even just open a window and feel a little bit of breeze on your skin, those are all wonderful ways that we can interact in nature. And those all have very healing, but also just grounding properties and grounding experiences for us to feel a little bit more centered and connected to our body. And that's what it's all about. Could I just have a thumbs up from anybody if the music is okay? If the music volume, oh, and my fireworks went off. Love when it does that. Beautiful. And so, why don't we get ourselves settled into our spots? So, wherever you happen to be is the perfect spot for today. Doing our practice at home, we always have to be a little bit more creative with the kind of seats that we're in. So, whatever seat you happen to be in today, just find a little bit of a connection to your seat. And just even if you've been sitting in that chair for a while, let's just readjust ourselves as much as we can, as much as feels good. Maybe just a little shift from side to side. Good. And just starting to bring your attention a little bit into the body and into that connection of our seat, our bottoms in our chairs. Notice the way that the chair is holding you. Good. And then I feel naturally like it's time to take a breath here. So let's take a deep breath through our nose. And then a big sigh out as we find some stillness here at our center. So if you're ready to close your eyes, go right ahead. If you'd like to just soften them down, that is perfect. And we'll start to connect to our breath. We don't need to take any deep breaths here at this point. We can just start to connect to how the breath feels in the body. It's been allergy season, but also with all of the wildfires going on around us, the air quality gets affected by that. And so you might be noticing your breath feels a little bit stuck, or maybe a little bit harder to take a soft breath, a fluid, smooth breath. So just notice if that's how you're at, where you're at today as well. Beautiful. Let's take one more soft breath here, just a natural breath. And then send your attention, your energy down to your feet. And we'll imagine here that our feet, whether you're wearing shoes or socks or slippers, imagine that your feet are resting on some sort of natural earth surface. So whether you're standing on grass in your mind, or sand, or rock, or water, or something else entirely, just imagine that you are there right now. Rock your feet gently forwards and backwards, feeling the sensation of that material beneath your feet. Beautiful. Just a little bit of grounding here in our minds, even if we can't get our bare feet out to that element anytime soon, we can always go there in our mind. Let your feet settle back down. I'm imagining my feet in the nice cool grass. It's a sensation I love. Good. Just let your feet settle down. See if you can sit up a little taller here. We're going to do the same sensation, the same movement through our hands. So rocking our hands forward and backwards, just along the legs or the knees, wherever they happen to be. Make that connection beneath your hands. You might even imagine that your hands are touching some sort of earthly surface. Once again, water or sand, rocks or grass. And feel that grounding energy of your hands touching the earth, and let them come to stillness. Good. A nice full breath here, just to center ourselves in this moment. Beautiful. And then we're going to find a little bit of pressure, a little bit of engagement of the muscles here of the body. So we'll press into the floor with our feet, and we'll press into our knees with our hands. We can do one or both or one or the other. So pressing gently into your knees to start, and then pressing feet into the floor. Feel the muscles of your bottom, your legs start to engage, the muscles of your shoulders and arms start to come on. Good. And we're holding this tension in the body while we press down into the floor, into the knees. Take a full breath in through the nose, and then let out a sigh and release the tension from the body. Beautiful. We'll do that one more time. Just a little bit of tension as we press now through the feet, almost like we're standing up, but we won't quite stand up. Pressing through the heels of our hands. Good. Feeling the shoulders, even maybe the sides of the neck engaging. Find that tension, and we'll take a big breath. And then exhale, release the tension. It's always finding that little bit of extra, a deeper sense of relaxation after we find a little bit of tension in the body. Beautiful. The hands can start to gently just brush or rub against the thighs now, just making a little bit of contact underneath our fingertips, noticing what the sensations are under the fingers. So are you noticing the sensation of clothing? Perhaps you're wearing shorts and you're feeling your skin. Good. And we'll pause that movement on the legs, sitting up nice and tall. Good. Just connecting here to your heart, to the earth around you, and just to this sense of stillness within you. Let's open our eyes very slowly, taking in the sights around the room. Take a little look around the room you're in and notice a few objects that are interesting or unique around you that catch your attention. Just notice my calendar still says April. I'm going to change that after we're done. Good. Take a nice big breath. And as you do, can we roll the shoulders up towards the ears? Exhaling, dropping shoulders away from the ears. Let's do that again. With the breath, we'll move up towards the shoulders. Inhale. Exhaling, releasing back and away. One more time. With the breath, inhale, shoulders move up. Exhaling, dropping away from the ears, and hold here. And this is our mountain pose. Our feet are flat on the floor. Our spine is long. Our shoulders are back and away. Our heart is open. Maybe bringing a small smile to our mouth. And if we're not bringing a smile to our mouth, maybe just bringing it to our heart. Wonderful. Let's start to roll the shoulders a little bit more here, maybe bringing them up a little bit bigger, as slow or fast as feels good. Wonderful. Pausing that direction and then change the direction of our shoulder rolls, moving forward, down, and back. Lovely. Coming to rest with shoulders up, back, and down. Good. Good for the shoulders to move the shoulders back slightly rather than keeping them rounded forward. Beautiful. We have a nice long spine along with that. Wonderful. We're going to work with just one side for a moment. So rolling just the right shoulder. Just the right shoulder moving. And we might bring that movement up into the elbow a little bit. Rolling our elbow up and around. The hand can come along with it. Good. So just checking in with your shoulders today. How do the shoulders feel on the right side? We're going to pause in our half cactus shape. So just find that elbow up, hand up position and give a little wave. A little wave. Good morning. Hello, hello. So happy that we're together, that you're with us. Beautiful. Big wiggle of the fingers. We're going to take a little apple picking adventure today. So we're going to imagine we're picking apples as we reach our arm around to the side, maybe slightly behind us, plucking off an apple with the right hand and drop it into our imaginary basket in front of us. So we might even come off of our seat a little bit as we drop it in. Let's reach that elbow back behind us, extend the arm, twist an apple off, and then drop it into your basket. Beautiful. One more time. Take that elbow out to the side and behind, extend the arm, twist the apple, and drop it into the basket. Beautiful. Let's bring that hand back to our knee. Give one more roll of the shoulders there. And then take the fingertips and reach them down beside you. So on to the right side of you. We'll take our left ear and tip it over to our left shoulder. So we're reaching our head and our crown and fingertips away from one another. Good. Take a big breath in. Exhale, come on back to center. We'll do that same movement again, reaching the right fingertips down towards the floor. And then we can tilt the left ear over to the left shoulder. See how it feels to maybe turn the head now towards the floor. Play around with this sensation of turning the head left and right. Good. Inhaling, come on back up to center. Exhaling, resting hand back at our knee. One more time, reach the left fingertips down and away from you. And then tilt the left ear over to the left shoulder. And then you might like it here best, or you might like the sensation of turning your head towards the floor. It just changes the sensation a little. Good. On your next inhale, come back to center. As you exhale, roll the shoulders up, back, and down. Find that mountain pose. Lovely work. Beautiful. Can we work once more on the same side? So we're going to work on that right side once again, bringing the elbow up into the air, finding half cactus, and finding a little lateral flexion. So the left hand can hold on to our chair or our leg as we reach the right fingertips up and tilt over to the left side. Good. Elbow comes back to ribs. Now, if the shoulders don't like that movement, you can focus just on the spine curve and you can keep your hand a little bit lower. So the hand really just kind of comes in to accentuate that curve of the spine a little bit more, opening up the ribs a little bit more. One more time, choose the height of your hand as you tilt over to the left. Inhale. Exhaling, elbow to ribs, and then crossing that hand over to the left knee. Find a twist. So right hand across the body, twisting to the left. Give your head a little look over at the left side. Maybe we're looking back towards the left shoulder. Maybe we just have a glimpse of it. Good. Nice big breath in and out. One more inhale, and then we'll make our way tiptoeing back to center. Beautiful. Roll the shoulders up, back, and down. Resting hands on our knees, we'll find our our cat-cow pose in between sides. Draw the shoulders back and lift the heart, lift the chin. Exhale as we round the shoulders forward and round through the spine. Tuck the chin. Good. Keep moving with your breath. Inhale, push heart forward, lift the chin. Exhale, we can round that spine and push the heart back. One more time, shoulder blades moving together. Exhale, shoulder blades apart. Beautiful. Come on back up to center. Find mountain pose. And then working on the left side. So a nice big roll of the left arm. Rolling up and around. Good. And then we can start to bring that movement up a little higher. Elbows coming up. I notice a little stiffness on my left side today. And so sometimes we notice that we have a little bit of a different sensation from one side to the next. And so we'll be mindful of that, honor where we're at, and just go slower on that side. Good. Can you find your half cactus? So elbows are up, hand is in the air. Give a little good morning, hello, good morning wave to each other. Beautiful big wiggle of the fingers. And then we're going to reach for our apples behind us. So we draw the elbow back. We're rotating the spine to the left. We might reach that arm out, grab hold of an apple, give a little twist, and bring it forward, dropping it into our basket. Beautiful. Let's do that again. Elbows opening out to the side, extending the arm, maybe looking back with your eyes to notice what your hand is doing. Bring it, drop it into the basket in front. One more time. Find your breath. Little apple picking for this June day. Good. Dropping it into the basket in front of you. Fantastic. Find your mountain pose just to reset. Bring that left hand back to your knee. Beautiful. We'll take our left fingertips this time and reach them down towards the floor. So when we reach with a little bit of energy. So we've got a little bit of energy moving through the left side and we're active through the fingertips. And then we can start to tip our right ear over to the right shoulder. Take a big breath in. And then exhale, everything comes back to center. Good, we'll do that again. A second round, reaching the left fingertips towards the floor with some energy. Tip the right ear over, and then maybe play around with the sensation of turning your head down towards the floor. So we have a little bit of a tilting and turning. Some of us love this and some of us don't love it as much. So you can move to the place that feels best for you. Big breath in. Exhaling, come on back to center. Last one, reaching the left fingertips down, tilting over. And then if you want to take that little turn, you go right for that. Good, one big breath. Exhaling, come on back to center, finding mountain pose. Beautiful. Right, one more time, we're going to take our left arm out and up to the side. Find the half cactus with our right hand holding onto the chair arm or our right leg. And we're tilting or tipping over to the right side. We can bring that hand up and over with us as well. Big breath into the ribs and then exhaling, elbow to ribs, come back up. Two more with the breath. Inhale, leaning over to the right. Exhaling, coming back up. Good. This is a beautiful movement for the spine. Just make sure that we're not going over so far that we are kind of crunching the ribs on the right side or crunching the vertebrae. Good. Holding right here. Beautiful. We'll bring that hand across the body to find our twist on the right side. So holding onto the right leg. Looking over to the right side of your wall, maybe looking down, or maybe even looking back a little further towards that shoulder behind you. Find a few soft breaths here. You'll know that you're in the right position if your breath is able to move and flow freely through you. And if it feels a bit stuck, then just come out a little bit, unravel yourself a little bit. Inhaling, exhaling, come on back to center. Beautiful job. Roll the shoulders up, back, and down. Fantastic. We'll find cactus arms on both sides. We'll do another round of cat and cow. So if you're not using both sides of the body here, you can just stick with your hands on the knees, or one side out works as well too. We're going to find a little opening of the chest, a little widening of the arms, just to enhance that sensation, and then bring everything together. Hands and maybe even the elbows come towards each other as we round through the spine, just coming a little deeper into that pose. Inhale, opening arms out for cactus. Exhale, everything together, hands and elbows leaning in. One more. Inhale, open up. Exhale, everything together. Beautiful. Come on back up to center. Release the hands down to our knees. Find your mountain pose. Pause for just a moment, a little check-in, just for a little check-in with yourself, with your spine, your shoulders. Beautiful. We're going to finish our spine warm-up with a little circle Sufi grind around the hips. So we're just coming over the hips and around in one direction. No, lovely. And then we'll take it back the opposite direction. Amazing. Find your way back to center, bringing hands together. We're interlacing the fingers here, and then press the palms away from you. So we turn, we rotate the wrists towards us, push the palms out and away, and then lift the arms up. Beautiful. As high as feels good. Take a breath in. And then exhale, we'll roll the wrists down. So we're just rolling all the way down. Beautiful. Amazing. Find your hands back together at your heart. Interlace the fingers. Rotate towards you. Push palms away. Big inhale up. Exhale to roll the wrists down. One more time. Interlacing fingers, pushing palms away. Inhale up. Exhale, rolling all the way down. And at the end, at the bottom here, can you find your way into a camel pose? So the hands come either beside us or behind us, or maybe even into those imaginary jean pockets at the top of our glutes. Good. And then we'll draw the elbows towards one another. So a little squeeze behind you, lifting through the heart, big heart opening pose here. Wonderful work. One more breath. And then exhale, releasing the arms back to the front. Roll the shoulders, finding mountain pose. Give those hands a little shake. We're going to shake the arms all the way up to the top. Just a little bit of energy moving through our body, a little bit of moving prana. Moving that prana as we shake the arms. We might even shake our leg, the other leg. We're going to bring the arms up overhead and give our hands a big clap at the top together on the count of 3, 2, 1. Beautiful. I know you could only see me, but all of you did everything in perfect timing. Let's bring our hands down to our heart center. We're going to take 2 more sun breaths, just circling the arms up and around us, palms coming together. Inhale. Exhaling, hands to our heart center. One more time. Inhale, reaching up. Exhaling, hands to heart. Nicely done, everyone. Bring the hands, let the hands rest on our knees. Find your mountain pose, but just a soft mountain pose, not so much rigidness here. And just check in with yourself for a moment with your breath. Take a little rest here if we need one. Sometimes when we're on a journey, depending on how much energy we're sort of coming into the day with, because we know our energy shifts from day to day, we might need to take more rests, more breaks, or less. You'll notice how your energy feels from day to day as you are moving through your day. So we're going to move through a sun salutations now. So a little bit more movement, a little bit more continuous movement. So moving forward in your chair, if you're able to, is nice just to give yourself a bit more space through the hips. And if you're not able to, you don't want to, you can stay where you are, and that works fine as well. I'm just going to be sure that everyone can see my feet. So I'm just going to turn my camera down a tiny bit. And I think I might move my chair back a tiny bit. Good. There, I think that's a bit better. I know my name's kind of cutting off my feet, but that's all right. My feet aren't doing anything important at the moment. So let's find our tall spine. Feet are grounding. Give your toes a wiggle just to reset. It's always nice when we come back into this mountain pose, just to give the toes a little wiggle and a little reset. So kind of rocking for a moment and then letting them settle back on the floor. It's tall through the spine. We're going to imagine that we have a beach ball in front of us that we reach forward to pick up. And then we'll lift it up over our heads with a breath in. We exhale, elbows drop to our sides, cactus arms. Let's rotate the shoulders down and push down towards the floor like there's some energy there too. Good. Sweep the arms forward. Inhale. Hold one wrist and exhale as you stretch forward. Good. Stay here for a breath. Lovely work. Inhale, sitting up tall and give the fingers a big wiggle. And then exhale as we fold forward, hands coming to our knees, just floating and hovering over the knees here for a moment. Tuck those elbows in close, but rotate the shoulders, almost like we're rolling shoulders back into mountain pose. Good. And then push through the hands to lift yourself back up. We're going to do that 2 more times. So we hinge forward. We want to roll those shoulders back like mountain pose and then push ourselves all the way up. 1 more time. Inhale forward, shoulders back, and exhale to push up. Very nice, everyone. This time we'll find forward fold. So a few options if you don't want to put your head below your heart. If you have any eye pressure or headaches, you could just lower the chin softly to your chest. And if you're okay with going a little further down, the elbows can rest on our knees, holding our forearms. And then we can let our head hang. We can go nice and slow, maybe starting with a bit of a no, a shake of the head for no, a nod of the head for yes. Beautiful. Stay here for a moment. Amazing. Next, inhale, we'll bring our hands back to our knees. And then exhale, we push all the way up. Beautiful. Inhale, circling the arms around the body. And then exhale to our heart. Beautiful. Pick up those beach balls. Here we go again. Round 2, reaching arms up with a breath in. Exhale, cactus arms. Inhale to rotate and exhale to push. Inhale to sweep forward. Exhale to stretch forward. Good. Inhale to sit up tall and wiggle the fingers, and then exhale to come forward, floating over the knees. Just this little kind of hovering position. So this we would know, this on the floor would be our monkey pose. Good, or Utkatasana. Good. Let's take a big breath in and then push into our knees and come all the way up. 1 more time. Inhale forward. Exhale, push forward. Push up, 1 more time. Inhale forward. Shoulders are back. Exhale, pushing up. Good. And then find again that forward fold, standing forward fold. So this time we can release the head a little bit more. Head and neck can start to just unwind a little bit. This is done as an inverted pose, standing on the floor. So we can start to think about our energy traveling down through the feet, but also down through the crown of our head. So it's like two pathways down of downward energy. Softening through the breath and the face. Softening through the jaw. Beautiful. On your next inhalation, let's bring the hands to our knees. And then exhale, slowly rolling up. So nice and slow roll, one vertebrae at a time. Head comes last. Good. Pause for a moment of softness. Amazing, wonderful. Let's find that mountain pose. Encircle the arms up and around us. Inhaling up, exhaling hands down to our heart. Find that interlacing again of the fingers, pushing the palms out and away, big stretch of the fingers, lifting the hands up as you breathe in, and then exhale, rolling those wrists all the way down. Beautiful, 2 more. Good, we'll push the palms out, lifting up with a breath, and then exhale, roll down. Last one. In your own pace, pushing up. Exhale to roll down. And then one more time, finding camel pose. So we can bring the hands to our sides, to the back of our chair perhaps, or to those imaginary jean pockets. Just depending on the kind of chair you have sometimes. Good, let's draw the shoulders back, squeeze the spine, draw elbows together, lift the heart and the chin. And also think about lifting a little bit through the spine, lifting up and out of the hips. One more breath here. And then exhale, release the arms. Rolling the shoulders. Beautiful. If you're still forward in your chair, you can stay there. If you've moved back, you might want to move forward. We're going to move just a little bit into the low body. Excuse me. Let's bring the arms out into our cactus arms with a breath in. And then we exhale, bringing them behind the right knee. We can lift that knee up as high as it wants to go. So the foot might come up or it might just stay on the floor, the toes on the floor. Inhale, cactus arms. Exhale to the left side. Good, lifting the left foot and then lowering. One more time, inhaling, opening up cactus. Exhaling behind the right knee. Lift that knee up as high as it wants to go. And we're going to hold this knee up just as high as feels good here, but give your foot a little roll around. So rolling out our wrists, our ankles, our foot wrists. One way and then the other. Good. Beautiful. Bringing that foot down to the floor. Can we find a little bit of a step out to the side and a step back in? Starting to warm up the hip flexor muscles connected to the hip joint. Good. Bringing it back to center. Finding our way behind that right knee once again. Lifting our knee up. This time we'll come into pigeon pose. So we can either cross our ankle, our right ankle over our left. Excuse me, I can't get rid of that frog. We're going to let the knee open out to the side a little bit. If it's accessible, if it feels comfortable, if you're someone who likes to cross their legs, you might bring your ankle over top of your left knee. Don't be afraid to move your feet in a little closer if you need a little bit more space. And then we can let the knee open up any amount. And just reminding you, this feels good for my body. Your body might prefer a different position. It might prefer ankles crossed. So you don't have to copy exactly as I'm doing. Just find what feels good for you. And then bring that hand to your knee and let your knee lift and lower a couple of times as you ease into the hip joint a little bit. Good. When you think you've got a bit of space, when you've created some space, let's let the knee just fall open to the side wherever it may. We'll slide the bottom foot forward a little, the left foot forward a little bit. Sit up nice and tall, and you can either stay here or you might start to hinge forward slightly. Just changing the sensation again through the hip. Your face can start to soften. We'll stay here for a few breaths. So find a really comfortable position where you can stay for about 5 breaths. You might be comfortable enough to close your eyes. Just check in with your balance. Good. One more breath here. And then we'll exhale and push ourselves up slowly. Let the foot come back to the floor, bringing feet back to our parallel position, and let your knees sway side to side. Just releasing through the hip a little bit there. Well done. Full breath in and out. Good. On your next breath, find your cactus arms. Inhale, coming to the left side this time, the left knee, lifting that left knee up. Good. Exhale down. Inhale. Exhale to the right side. One more time. Inhale, opening arms. Exhaling to the left side. Draw the knee to your chest. A little squeeze here. And then rolling out that ankle on the left side. One side and then the other. Beautiful. Bring the foot back to the floor and we'll step out to the left and the right here now with our left foot. A few times, starting to just engage a little bit now through the hip as we get ready for this pigeon pose on the left side. Good. Come on back to center. Bring your hands behind the left knee this time again, lifting the left knee and then finding whatever height feels best. So whether you cross your ankles and let your knee open to the side, or whether you lift up, hold on to that foot and help it on top of your right knee, that's up to you. And one side might feel a little easier than the other as well, or a little harder than the other. Let's find a little bit of movement through that knee and hip on the left side now. So lifting and lowering the knee. Good. Once you've got the space, let the knee settle out to the side. We can start to slide the right foot forward a little bit. Sit up a little taller and stay here or start to hinge forward slightly, keeping the spine nice and long. Staying here for around 5 breaths. Last breath. Find your way back up. Slowly unrolling. Let that foot slide down to the floor. And give your knees a little windshield wipering. Let the hips just rest a little here. So move your legs in any way that feels good through the hips. Fantastic. Sitting up tall. We can move back in our chair here for a moment. Good. We'll bring hands together, interlacing fingers. One more time. Find your way to pushing your hands out and away from you. Lifting the arms up. Maybe your gaze comes up with your hands this time. Inhale and then exhale, roll the wrists down. Nice and soft and slow. Good. Second round. Pressing palms out, inhaling to lift. Exhaling to roll the wrists down. Thinking of your wrists now like floating or falling petals. Good. One more time. Interlace fingers. Push out and away. Big inhale up. Looking up and then exhale, rolling the wrists as your gaze comes down. And we'll find our way once more to our camel pose. Hands at our sides, behind us, or resting in our pockets. Good. This time you might find a little bit of a softer pose. Softer breath. You might start to notice now that your whole body is beginning to slow down, ready to move into our relaxation. So release the arms, release the hands, and make your way all the way into your most comfortable position. So you can rest fully against the back of your chair. Make any adjustments that would feel good. You can always grab a blanket or a pillow as well, just to add a little bit of warmth and comfort to your relaxation. And then in this position, you can start to connect back to your breath. And we'll stay here. We'll take a few moments, about 4 or 5 moments, to just allow ourselves this moment of rest after all of the effort we've put out. Now is the time for no more effort. Now is the time for full decompressing, for full absorption of all of the benefits, the physical, energetic, spiritual benefits of our practice, and the importance now of stillness. Closing your eyes if it feels good. And for many of this practice is a practice of remembering, a way of returning to what's real underneath all of the noise, underneath the roles, underneath all of the doing. And when we step away, even for a short while, into a space designed for stillness and simplicity, the practice can open in ways that we rarely expect. Stay here. Following your breath. And rest. May you feel safe enough to be still. May your stillness show you something true. And may all beings, including you, be free and happy. Starting now to bring our attention back into our bodies, noticing our senses starting to come back first. Our sense of hearing, noticing maybe our sense of touch, of smell, beginning to move in gentle ways to wake ourselves back up, rolling out wrists and ankles, and perhaps taking a little stretch. And we'll make our way back to our seated position with hands together at our heart. When you're ready, go ahead and rub your palms together, creating that sense of warm light between the palms, warm energy. Once you've got it, go ahead and place your palms over your eyes, pausing for a moment of gratitude to say thank you to our earth for always nourishing and sustaining us. Thank you to our community and all of the relationships that we hold dear, and to ourselves for honoring our needs, whatever they were today. Finally, bringing hands back together at your heart, I bow to each of you in gratitude for joining me today, for allowing me to share this practice with you, and for sharing with me your valuable breath and energy. Thank you so much, and I wish you all a wonderful afternoon. Thank you, everyone.